I'd first like to thank Chairman McSally for holding today's markup of the Prepare Act. On the eve of the anniversary of September 11th, the 14th anniversary of September 11th attacks, I'm pleased that we are taking the opportunity to make improvements to federal law to enhance our ability to support and partner with first responders. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to honor those who we lost September 11th during those attacks and to honor the bravery of the first responders, particularly those of the Jersey City Fire Department who performed their jobs heroically that day and those that followed during the cleanup effort. At the outset, I'd like to thank Chairman McSally for drafting this bill in a bipartisan fashion. Such collaboration yields better, more effective public policy, as anyone who has reviewed the Prepare Act can plainly see. It has been nearly 10 years since this committee sent comprehensive legislation to the floor to update the federal policies related to disaster preparedness. In the decade that has passed, this subcommittee has done extensive oversight of activities related to first responder grants, emergency communications, and preparedness for a chemical or biological attack. Additionally, intervening events from natural disasters like Hurricane Sandy, which affected my home state of New Jersey, to terrorist attacks like the Boston Marathon bombings, revealed not only the gains in emergency preparedness that have been achieved since 9/11, but also areas where challenges still remain. Today, we are acting to update the federal law to reflect this subcommittee's oversight findings regarding lessons learned through real-life disasters response as well as stakeholder feedback. The bill contains several important provisions, but I'd like to highlight a few of them. Since I joined this committee in the 113th Congress, I have worked to advance federal policies to improve interoperable communications capabilities at the federal, state, and local level. Accordingly, I am pleased that the Prepare Act will require the Department of Homeland Security to update the National Emergency Communications Plan on a regular basis to ensure that evolving communication technologies are integrated and leveraged effectively at all levels of government. Additionally, this bill includes important provisions related to cybersecurity of the nationwide public safety broadband network to ensure that it is reliable for the first responders in this community. The Prepare Act also contains language to address challenges related to the effective execution of the emergency support functions under the National Response Framework. This language is an important step in remedying confusion regarding which federal agency is in charge of coordinating federal response to an incident. That kind of confusion hamstrings the federal response to the domestic Ebola cases last year and undermined public confidence in the government's ability to manage the crisis. Finally, I am pleased the bill incorporates the statewide Interoperable Communications Enhancement Act, a measure that I introduced to maintain gains we've made at the state level with respect to interoperability. Again, I want to thank Chairman McSally for holding today's markup, and I urge my colleagues to support the Prepare Act, and I yield back the balance of my time.